Hello, welcome to episode 12 of the Datapack series. We're going to be fixing the Ore Detector using some tips from Yushiko and Galsergi. Let's jump straight across, see if we can keep this one a little bit shorter. Okay, all I've done so far is change the directory name of my Datapack, but I want to change the namespace as well. You probably don't have to. If you don't want to do any renaming, you can skip ahead to the next bit, which will probably be the new extensions. If you don't want to look at those, you can skip ahead. There'll be timestamps. Now, if I want to rename this folder here, my namespace, I find I have to disable my Datapack Helper Plus. So let's disable that. Seems to have disabled itself. Seems to be quite quick that time. Okay. It's all grey now. Okay, let's turn that off. And let's go back here. And let's go here. And we'll do F2 and change it to 12. Okay. Now let's go back and re-enable. Little blue circle going round. You're going to finish? There we go. It looks like you're finished. Okay, let's go back. And now all our functions are in the wrong places now. So let's take a look at one function. So if we look at Ore Detector and we say Detect Init, well, it's pointing to 11 and our namespace is now 12. So we need to change that to a 12. Now the problem is we've got lots of those. So let's not do them one at a time. Let's grab that, control copy, and we'll go to this little magnifying glass and we'll search for it. And we found quite a few. There we go. We would have had to find all of those and change them ourselves. Let's just change them here. So we're changing it to 12 and we'll do replace all. Yep, replace all of those, please. Thank you. So that's in our little search function. Let's go back. So that should have fixed most of them, but there's going to be a few things it didn't fix. For instance, our pack MC meta still got our old text in here. Let's change this. Fixing the Ore Detector. Okay, that one's done. Let's get rid of that. Our tick JSON, no, that's fine. Load is fine. Okay, our tags will be fine. Our recipes will be fine. Unload, that looks good. Oh, here we go. We've got a problem here. Now this one won't work because that's the old name. So we should just be able to give it the new name. We can test that one later. Let's save that. Tick's working, yeah. Load, they're all using, oh look, load and unload are saying episode 11. So let's just change that as well. Really, once you started doing a data pack, if you had a big data pack, you don't want to be going through and renaming everything. I usually wouldn't do this. The only reason I'm doing it is because this is now tutorial 12. So I think we're probably good now because our replace function has replaced all of these. So now we're back to working the same as last episode. Okay, right. We're going to want to do some extra stuff. So let's have a look at the new extensions first. So the new extensions is Datapack Icons and MC Datapack Utilities. If you want to add them yourself, this one's easy to find. You can just search Funk Fusion. Funk Fusion. Datapack Icons, there's that one. And the other one, you can use MC Data, will probably be enough. And there's the Datapack utility. What do they do? Okay, so the first one, icons. Pretty simple. It puts these icons on the side so we can see we've got a folder here. This one's closed, closed chest, open chest. That one's open. We've got functions, a little bit different. See, load is sort of like a chain. These ones are, well, these ones are chains, loans and impulse. This one, the ticking one, is repeating. And the JSONs we can see are different as well. Okay, so it makes it a bit easier. If I try to add a file, new file, my file dot, and I made a mistake in the name, I'm going to see that and go, well, I've obviously made a mistake because they're not the same. So that's pretty handy, like that. What else have we got? We had the Datapack by Chen, MC Datapack Utilities. Now that adds two things, I believe, or two useful ones. Let's say I want to run another function. Let's say I want to run level maxed. I can right click, I can copy resource path, and then I can do function paste. So that's pretty handy. If you're not sure where something is, you can check it using that. And you can also do a right click on a folder and create Datapack file, and I'll just type in its name, my test, and it's put it in already as a function. So that's pretty cool too. So those are 2 extensions extra. I will be using those myself. I might turn them off for other tutorials, or I suppose people could just ask. Who knows? I haven't decided that yet. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's actually get on to the changes. That's why you've come. So let's close everything down. Let's make some changes. Right. I think the first thing we're going to change is from the tip by Yoshiko in the level up function. Here, item replace entity weapon main hand with air. And then Yoshiko tells me, well, you can eat things from your offhand. And I was like, oh. Oh, no, I've never done that before. I very rarely use my offhand. So we need to fix that. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves an extra scoreboard. So let's go into load. And I'm going to do scoreboard, objectives, add, and what shall I call it? Well, I'll call it state change dummy. That'll do. And I'm going to copy that line. Copy. We'll save that. Go away load, and we'll put the unload. And we will unload that one as well. Okay, so we've created a new objective in the load and the unload. Now we'll go back to level up, and we're going to get rid of this item replace here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set that state change to 0. Scoreboard, players, set. I'm going to use a global player. What should we call them? Global. There we go. Their states change. I'm going to set it to 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute if items entity at S. I'm going to check their main hand first, because that's probably where they've got the book. Weapon main hand is a book with custom data doesn't equal but contains, I believe that means. What have we done there? There we go. Or manual true. Then what we'll do is we'll store success as a score. We called them global. Global state change. Run item replace entity. The player running the command. Their weapon main hand with air. Okay, so set state to 0. Now, if they do have the book in their main hand, we will change the state to a 1 and replace it with air. But it might be in their offhand. So we will execute if score global state change matches 0. So first we haven't already taken a book off them, because imagine they've got a book in both hands. So we only want to take one book. So if we've already taken the book from the main hand, state change will be 1 and we won't take it from the offhand. And then we'll do if items. In fact, I think what we're going to do is pretty much all of this. Copy. If items, but we don't need to store the success this time. And we're not going to be doing the main hand, we're going to be doing the offhand. So we'll have a look in a minute. Offhand. Offhand. So we've got 3 commands. Set state change to 0. If they have a book in their main hand, then replace it with air and set state change to 1. If state change isn't 1 and they have a book in their offhand, then replace the offhand with air. Okay, so that's that fixed. Let's save that. Done. And should we go give it a test? Let's go and give it a test. Let's get in there. Reload. Right. Let's give ourselves a book. let's give ourselves 32 books. Oh dear, that's too many. You have learned how to use the Ore Detector. That worked. I'm now level 1. So now let's put one in my offhand. Now level 2, and it took it from the offhand. Let's put one in the offhand and the main hand. And it just took the one from the main hand. Cool. So that seems to be fixing. Okay, for that tip, we have Yoshiko to thank. Thank you very much. Before, you could have just kept it in the offhand and just leveled up infinitely. Or even worse, you could have had a stack of 64 diamond ores and that in your offhand, and you would have lost all your diamond ores. So problem 1 fixed. Let's move on to another problem. Next, what are we going to do now? Well, let's do a bit of tidying up. We will level maxed function only does one thing. We can actually get rid of that. So let's go into level up. And here we're checking level maxed is 6. So, well, if detect level is 6, then we'll run level maxed. Well, what we could do is we could move that. So let's take that, Control X, and we'll put it in before we add to their scoreboard. So it's now checking for level 5. And let's go and look at level. Level max is literally just giving a message. So let's just get that message, Control Copy. And we'll run return function. Well, we won't return the function level max. We'll just return that message. And we'll save that. So now we don't even need level maxed. So we can actually delete level maxed. Delete. Okay, so we just fiddled with the level up. Let's go and test that. Reload. So I should be able to eat 1 book. Now 4. Maximum level, and I'm at maximum level. Cool, so that's another nice little change. Okay, next, level up, bye-bye. We're going to go to the Detect Init. I think we can improve these couple of commands here. So we have 2 commands, execute unless level matches 1. You don't know how to use this item, and then return. Well, I think we can just combine them into one command. What we'll do is, get off. Here, run, we'll just add in here, run, return, run. So now what we're going to do is execute unless the score is 1, return, and send a message, in which case we can probably just get rid of that. Save that. So that is Detect Init. So let's go back to Minecraft. I think the easiest way to reset myself is to function unload the entire Datapack. And then let's do Datapack. Remember, we've got it so it's setting itself to disable itself, so we can check that at the same time. It did disable itself because it's now available to enable. Enable that. It's loaded. I shouldn't know how to use the Ore Detector. Look at all those books. What a silly thing I did there. I don't know how to use it. Don't know how to use it. Yes, eat 1 book. All count, all count, all count. Perfect. So that's that one fixed. Made that a little bit better. Okay. Next. Now this one is a breaking problem. We are enabling the show level trigger in the load function. Now, apparently, this kind of makes sense. The load function runs before the player is even in the map. So it's only going to work if you type reload. It's not going to work otherwise. And it's not going to work for anyone who joins after the map's been loaded. So this is useless. So we're going to have to get rid of that. It's gone. Away with you. And we're going to have to make some sort of new way of enabling that for people. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to make ourselves an advancement. So let's pop over to Missode, our friend Missode. We're already in the advancement generator. And it's going to be requirement, tick. And it's going to have a reward. And the reward is going to run a function. I'm just going to put placeholder in there for now. And that's it. I'm going to get that. So I'm going to go copy. And we'll go back. We'll go to our advancements folder. We'll create a new. Let's create a new file. I'll do it normally without the extension, and we will call it player joins.json. It's not happy. Let's paste that in, and let's save that. Okay. Now, Minecraft placeholder is obviously not the function we want to run, so let's create a new function in Ore Detector, new file, player joins.mc function. Okay, and I'm going to copy its resource path because we want to put that in there. Okay, so every tick, it's going to run that. Cool. Let's go to that. What do we want to do every tick? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is revoke the advancement. So advancement revoke at s only. Well, it's going to be a lot of advanced. So let's start with my namespace. There we go. Player joins. And now we want to enable that trigger for all players who have just joined or have never joined before. We're going to do execute as player unless score. Oh, useless score. No. Unless score at S. Now this is going to remind me we don't actually have this score yet. So we're going to have a score called join. Matches 1 store success score at S join run scoreboard players enable show level. Hello, enable for S show level. Join is not happy, we don't have that score. Let us go to load. Let's make the join score, scoreboard, objectives, add, join, and it's going to be Minecraft custom, and it is, what's it called? Player, I think I've forgotten the name of it. I know what it's called. Let me have a quick look. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me have a quick look. Why can't I remember it? Here I am quickly looking. Oh, there we go. Of course, it's not when the player joins. It's when the player leaves the game. There we go. That threw me off. Sorry about that. Okay, so when the player leaves the game, they're going to get 1 added to this scoreboard. Let's go back. In fact, actually, let's copy that bit there. Copy. Close down load. Let's go to our unload and put that in our unload as well. There we go. Save, and we'll go here and we'll save that. Let's just update you. There you go. You're happy now. So when the player leaves, they're going to get a score of 1. And this should run every time someone new joins or someone joins back who's joined before. Let's do a little bit of a test. Let's go out. I think we'll do a reload. Episode 12 loaded. We will unload the whole thing. Okay, it's unloaded. It would have disabled itself. So we will do a Datapack enable. And it says, I have loaded. Cool. I should be able to use the show trigger. Trigger, show level. I can indeed. Perfect. Okay, let's go back. Have we got anything else left to change? We fixed the eating one. That was the biggest problem. Well, no, actually, yeah, that was the biggest problem because that was a bug. They could have got infinite books that way or actually lost important items. So that was a big one to fix. Then we fixed the trigger, because what would have happened is no one would have been able to check their own levels. Not game breaking, but annoying, and definitely worth knowing how to do better. And then we just tidied up a bit of the code. Okay, I'm going to go back in here, clear my chat, change my view, just so I can wave at you and say bye-bye. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great day. And thank you for Yushiko and Galsergi pointing out those problems, helping me to learn, telling me some good things, which is nice. And then I can pass them on to you. Cool. See you later. Take care. Bye.